Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Hi. Hello. Good evening. Yeah, this is happening. We are here in David's kitchen. Hello. Yeah, many of you missed the intro. Well, I do too. I'm glad we're done with it though. Yeah. So today is going to be kind of a different day. Today we're going to be having scallops. Yeah. Have you had scallops in a long time? I haven't had scallops in a long time. And I told Sarah that I was going to look for scallops today in my area. And lo and behold, I found them. So, welcome. Welcome to the scallop world. Scallops are one of my favorite foods for pasta. And cheese soup, yeah, kind of a cheese soup. Well, that toaster is an Oster, man. It's not just a toaster, it's an Oster, the best toaster around. Hey, a Russian censor, wow. Okay. You resign, and this is a thing that must be tolerated. This kind of thing must not be tolerated. Okay. Well, I don't know if you, Russian censor, it sounds like you're working for somebody else. Yeah, I don't think you're helping us anytime. Hey, so I found these Annie's products that are really good. They're organic, and these are seashells and shells and white cheddar, and they're pretty good. I'm gonna put those with the dinner. So we're gonna start out with some hot water. So I'm gonna try to get some water out of this reverse osmosis. Okay, man. Hey, well, I don't know what to say. I guess I'm running out of water here. So I went and bought water because my water in my community is not exactly 100% yet. Yeah. So I'm going to put, say, that much water in there, and I'm going to get it started on the back burner over here at level 3, and I got to pull some of these plates out. I just did a wash today in my nearly 30-year-old dishwasher. It's amazing. Yeah. So let's do this. Yeah, it's amazing when you get 30 years out of a dishwasher. It's almost beyond belief. Oh, really? Well, thank you. Okay, well, you know, I'm here to protect America. Now, that's my important issue. Yeah, I'm looking to protect America. And I'm kind of a purist. I was telling people that. I don't, you know, I don't believe that we can move forward with compromises. I think we all have to stick to our guns and fight for our rights at this point. Anytime somebody impinges upon our rights, we have to fight for them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, I guess I'm going to get some of these things going. We'll do the big pan over here. Make sure there's no water in there. I'm going to get that level on level 3. So this dinner, it has scallops in it, and I bought a bag of scallops that were, it was very affordable. I got a full 1 pound for $7.99 of bay scallops. Sea best. Let's see where they come from. Jacksonville, Florida. China farm raised. Okay. Well, hey, at least I get scallops, right? They used to sell scallops at the dollar store, if you can imagine that. Now that was $8. I used 1/3 of that package, so I have the scallops melting down here. I've got a cup of peas. This is about $2.50 in terms of the cost. This is about $1, and that's about $1, I guess. $2.50, $3.50, $4.50. I'm gonna see. I only paid 30 cents for that, so I'm gonna go 50 cents on the green pepper. If you can find it at that rate, you can replace the green pepper with a zucchini if you want. You know, it kind of changes the dimension of the dinner, but hey, whatever. And I'm going to use a regular onion. So hang on. I do get organic onions, so, you know, the peas are organic too. But I can't attest to anything but the peas, the onion, and the mac and cheese. Organic. See that? All right. Let's get that onion rolling. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't do that. You know, I should have. I'm gonna have to do the sharpening right in front of your eyes. Let's do this. Because remember where I was gonna sharpen this? No, I'm not. I'm not under the weather, Joe. I'm feeling great. Why would you say that? I couldn't feel better, man. Okay, when I you know, do the knife, I always wash it off with water afterwards. So yeah, that's an Oscar cutting edge knife sharpener. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Original. Okay. Now, you're probably wondering what's next. Well, it's the onion, of course. That's always the first thing in a meal. So that cut very nice. I did wash it off too. That way you don't get any grinding stainless steel in the food, you know. Oh, I got this at a good time. Look at that. Looks like it's got a little something on the end of it. We'll cut that off. And you want to go in a little bit whenever you see that. And then smell the area around the onion. As long as it's not sweet, you're good. No, I'm doing great, man. What do you mean, get well soon? I don't think anybody could be in better shape than I am, man. I could probably run a triathlete situation right now. Yeah. I don't mean to brag, but I mean, I'm physically in tip-top condition and probably could, you know, seriously get into any type of sport and do well. I shoot 50% from the three-point line, so if the NBA is looking for any help, you know, I'm more than willing to help out. Yeah, you know, 50%, I could hone in on the shooting, but, you know, who has time to shoot baskets, right? I went to town today, I was saying, do I shoot baskets or not? Nah, I better not. Although it was a good day to shoot baskets. There wasn't a lot of sun out, or a lot of wind out there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dice this up and put it on some oil. So, as you know, I use safflower oil, which is my favorite. It's the most durable oil. If you get safflower mayonnaise, you're doing great. Safflower mayonnaise is fantastic. It has a longer shelf life than soybean oil, I think. Yeah, that's not right. Let me hang on. We're just going to go here. Wow. Pump it up. No, I can never go to Canada because coming back is a nightmare. I mean, the U.S. Border Patrol is worthless. I would open the border with Canada, seriously, assuming Justin Trudeau is no longer Prime Minister. Yeah, that's what I would do. Okay, so, right there. Boy, that cut's perfect. Look at that. Okay, anything that's leathery you don't want to put in the meal. You know, so if it has kind of a leathery exterior. Basic 1/4 inch dice is all you really need. Okay, we're going to get that oil in there. We ought to put that on ASMR, you know. Some of those channels really like that stuff. Okay, what's going on here? It's getting hot in there. Okay. Now, because the peppers and onions are going to cook at the same rate, we're going to go ahead and put the pepper in there too. Now, I did wash this off, And you want to make sure there's no labels on there, because the last thing you want to do is serve somebody food with a label on it. Oh, so I see you got your pepper in Mexico. Oh, thanks. I didn't know. Now I'm eating it. Well, how do you know? Well, your label's in the food. No kidding. Wow. Yeah, that would be really embarrassment. You know, it's also an embarrassment is when I put seeds in there, and I don't want to put seeds in there. Sarah said no seeds, so she always insists that I don't put seeds, and I don't blame her, because I'm sensitive to the idea of putting seeds in things. You know, where do they go in your body? You know, when you eat them. That's the question. Where are they going to trap in your body, or, you know? I know some people eat eggplant seeds and they don't care, but always look at the knife when you're handling it. Never take your eyes off the knife. That way you always are in command of the knife. And that knife is dangerous, man. Okay, I think we're seed free. Okay, now a lot of these products can be stored in the refrigerator. That's the nice thing about it. You can cook with dehydrated onions if you really want to. And you can rehydrate them in the water. So while I'm heating up that water, I'm also going to add a little Himalayan sea salt to the construction. So I'm going to put a little sea salt in the water. It gives it a little taste. You want to kind of, and you know, these products come with a cheese thing, you know? Excuse me, the sauce comes with a cheese package, so you can make your own sauce. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but is that an Asian dish that you're talking about? Is that a Japanese version of this meal? Okay, we're going to go ahead, and these are so cute. Aren't they cute? You know, they're little cute things. Yeah, little seashells. Now, I made this dinner for someone else in my life, one of my relatives, and he was so blown away by the taste that his wife started screaming and pretended to choke. Yeah, and she was upset because I had made such a good meal. And this is when the dollar store sold scallops. I mean, I'm up to a $2.50 on these scallops. I got this much for $2.50, so. Oh, yeah. Now, one of the tricks I do with this is whenever you take the water from a meal, and let's say you're like, you know, letting it thaw out, you're letting that water accumulate, you're breaking it up, you're actually turning the meal into you're actually creating kind of a base to put in your pasta water. So before my pasta water gets hot, I'm going to take it and put this water that's been soaking out of the freezer into the hot water. And I'm just going to put that right in there, like that, see? That kind of flavors the water that you're going to use your pasta on, which is kind of a nice idea. Okay, we're getting hot. We're going to throw the onions in first. I think we got a hot grill here. So let's take a look. Hot grill. Oh yeah. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. There you go. Okay, so we're going to dice up the green pepper. They can be about a ½ inch in size, you know, kind of chunky. And of course, you could use any kind of green vegetable, like I said. You could use Brussels sprouts, whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to be a green pepper here. But the peas are kind of nice with scallopini. And traditionally, scallopini is made with peas, so. And a white Alfredo sauce. So we're going to kind of skimp on that a little bit. Okay. I'm going to throw this in with the onions, making sure I don't put seeds in it. We don't want seeds, do we? Okay, and then throw those scallops on top. Yay! You can kind of push them around. Now, a good herb to use in this meal is dill weed. So let's go ahead and get some dill weed in here. Oh, that's going to be great. Okay, they can cook at the same rate as the... So I'll go to this pan. I'm going to add a little garlic to this meal too. You like garlic? Well, I've got some garlic over here. This is from Spain. This is harvested outside of Madrid. Yes. I love knowing where my garlic comes from. It's one of my favorite things. Yeah, I'm just a big garlic guy. And garlic's really good for you, by the way. Now, I was going to cook with turkey bacon tonight and potatoes, but I realized that, that was just a little bit too much. We might do that another time. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open the garlic up, pressing down on the cleaver. I know, now you're talking about beaver cleaver and, June cleaver and ward cleaver and the cleaver family, the Leave It to Beaver series. Yeah, that was a different time, different era. We're moving on. We're entering a new dimension, a new era. You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension of both sight and sound, of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the garlic dimension. Garlic, when it grows live in your garden, will keep insects away, especially ants. So if you really have a carpenter ant problem, grow garlic outside, really. It's got to be living. It has some sort of I don't know. No one really knows. They just did a study on bumblebees, because for years we've been wondering, how do bumblebees survive? Well, how do they fly? How do they actually fly? Yeah. I'm not going to talk about the extinction of the bumblebees, but it turns out that bumblebees it's just phenomenal. I mean, they create an electrostatic space inside of their hollow cavity in their body, and it helps them levitate. It defies, no one really even has a clear vision as to how bumblebees fly, because they're really bigger than their wings, and unless they're levitating, we really don't know how they fly. So this idea is the best theory we have, that they're actually creating an electrostatic space that can elevate them above the polarity around them. And I found this very, very fascinating. And somebody said, well, in this video I was watching, they said that we got a boil over here. Okay, good. You don't need to put the garlic in right now. It can come in once it's glazed, because garlic cooks fast. You can hit it at the last part of the meal. So let's hit that with dill weed, like I said. Okay, I'm going to throw this little garlic. I'm going to chop up a little piece and put it in the water. Okay. I'm going to hit the water with dill weed and the pan with dill weed. So, here we go. Dill weed, dill weed, dill weed. Dill weed, dill weed, dill weed. Good about a quarter or half a teaspoon of dill weed. Half a teaspoon. Okay, now you can put a little salt on the meal too, because there's not enough salt in that. Not too much. And a little pepper. Pepper's good too. Okay. And we'll get that water rolling again. It is rolling. Okay, I'm going to put the mac in there. I'm going to take it up to level 6 so we get a good roaring boil on that. But it turns out that bees put out this electrostatic field as well that is like makes you feel better. I was phenomenal. It's like, well, they think that people who raise bees live longer, and man, I've got My great uncle, Fred Hale Sr., lived to be 114, one day short of 114. A woman just recently died past 114, and he was a beekeeper. Yeah. So every summer I've got these bees all around me. I'm going to just go walk around the laurels and trim and kind of get that aura, you know? It's just like, whoa, the bees are like bringing some sort of a positive vibe toward the people that are around it. So beekeepers live longer than most people. Isn't that weird? Yeah, fascinating stuff. Okay, just give that pasta a little spin right away. You want to get everything stirring. Cranking everything up to a high level. Yeah, and what I do is put the peas in with the water once it's got a boil going. So these are frozen and they'll cook right up. Yep. It's got a boil, so let's go ahead and drop it in there. Yeah, they'll cook with the they'll cook it with the pasta. I just dropped it in there. Perfect. Okay, yeah, so fascinating stuff. He ate, my uncle, and I never met the guy, but he lived in Syracuse, New York, Fred Hill Sr., and he lived to be 114, eating a tablespoon of bee pollen a day with a shot of whiskey, and I don't think it was the same time, so isn't that fascinating? And one of his bits of advice was keep a regular routine in your life. Maintain a regular routine. You know, less interruptions, less stress. I tell that to people that hit the road and are constantly on the road. It's like, why are you doing that? Why are you putting so much road stress on yourself, you know? Find someplace you like and just hang out. Yeah. All right. So we're really doing well. This is a super easy meal to make. Yeah. I'm going to put the compost away. Mariana, what are you saying, Mariana? Mariana's here. You should slowly make the main show more about cooking. I don't think so, no. The problem is I upload my videos to YouTube. Yeah, and the main show can't possibly be uploaded to YouTube. You know why. So, yeah, so there's a whole different thing going on here. Yeah, I can't possibly do that. No. And frankly, if you're here to criticize the main show, it means you're just not thinking. Yeah, it tells me that you're just not thinking. I had some guy come in last night and say, "Hey man, why don't you just," probably the same guy, "why don't you just pick up the news story and talk about it?" Well, if you want the news, turn on the news. Yeah, I mean, it's simple, really. I cover the basic stories. I mean, I'm not a newscaster, and I don't really want to be. I'm a commentator. I like to put my opinions out there, so yeah, so that's going to take about 10 minutes over here. Meanwhile, this is almost ready. It's level 3. I'm going to throw the garlic in. Perfect. And then give it a spin. Move everything around. You're marrying the ingredients. Basically everything's almost done. We're just keeping it at level 3 for another about 5-10 minutes. So 20 minutes on the vegetables, 10 minutes on the pasta. You're pretty much out of here in 30 minutes. So it's a really easy meal to make. Now with the sauce, this cheese packet is really good. We're going to put that on the peas directly. So usually when I do that, what I'll do is I'll put a pat of butter in there. So I'm going to take a pat of unsalted butter here and put it in here. Yeah, people like the nature of the show because it's completely off base, or not off base, off the wall. That would be the best. It's not off base; it's off the wall. So people like that aspect of it. And frankly, I couldn't do I couldn't do a fun show if I was. When making this dish, you might want to add a little whole milk, just a tad. Okay, I'm going to give the pasta another stir. Looking good. Okay. I'm going to get a bowl to put this in. And I'm going to put the dishes away too, which is a rare experience. You get to see me put the dishes away. All right. Very nice. I think I'm going to make a cup of coffee for the show too. I'll turn that on, my Keurig. Yeah, 29 years we've had this same dishwasher and it still performs. And I'm doing certain things with it now. I'm spraying a little bit of that orange stuff in the thing. Keep it from calcifying. Yeah, I got a really good product I picked up. I like this product. It's really good. It's an Echoes cleaner. And I'll spray it inside the dishwasher prior to using a really good product, dishwashing soap called A Planet dishwashing soap. Really good. So that combo's been working out great. I had to buy some generic because they ran out of Planet that's not really available anymore. It might be available, but you know, you may want to get a few of them. Okay, I'm going to turn everything off over here. This can go off, and frankly, that can go off too. Everything can go off. Turn everything off. Yeah. I'm going to warm that milk up back here a little bit on the Pyrex. Everything can just sit. Yeah, so welcome to the kitchen, David's Kitchen. If you want to hang out, I'm here every day online. You can come into my show and hang out with me. Or you can check out David's Kitchen once a week. It's available. Anyway, doing really well in terms of diet. I am taking my multivitamins every day now, and zinc too. And I'll pick up a vitamin D3. That's very good. Highly recommend that too. Yeah, so life is, in this day and age, you have to really think about your overall physical immunity. Yeah. Boosting your immunity with good diet is really the key. What? No, I'm not really, I'm a guy who represents Cool Rock. That's not related to that cartoon show. No, I created Cool Rock in 1995. Which I think is one of the best sites on the internet, personally. I'm biased, but I like just hanging out and playing with all the different things. I'm making music now with it. Should be fun. Okay, when you have the pasta going up to a certain level, it's flanging out. That's okay. Leave the top on it like that. It's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get that bowl. Okay. Give it a little rinse. Always rinse out your bowls if you can. Because you don't know if there's any dishwashing, soap on there. You want to make sure. Okay, let's go ahead and transfer to the container. Strainer. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put it in the sink. I like to run water when I do this. It really is not a big deal. It's just, your pipes are pretty durable. they're going to last and last. They're high density, so. Okay, I'm going to move this over here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put this in this bowl right here like that. I'm going to put the butter on top. Put it right in the middle. Dump the cheese on top of that. Like that. Okay. And then slowly take a spatula and mix it all around while it's hot. And as it dries up, add a little bit of milk. Now, if you have other cheddar cheese, or if you have other cheese, maybe a Parmesan, you could do that too. Okay, we're looking good. And that milk gives it a good flavor too. Whole milk. You want a little bit of fat in your meal. It's very important because your body needs fat. There are people that go off of fat completely and they start to get liver damage because their body eats the liver in your own body. So don't just cut fat out of your diet completely. I don't think dietitians even tell you that. You know, they all want to get your fat out of you. Fat's actually good for the body in general, but not saturated fat. You know, obviously butter's saturated fat. If you eat too much of it, it might be bad. Okay, you're good. If you want to do any extra dill weed, you can, just for flavoring. Throw a little dill weed on there. Okay, now take the entire vegetable dish from over here and go right on top of it. Boom, like that. And all the scallops are sitting on top, and everything's just perfect. Look at that. You can garnish it with a little Parmesan cheese and get ready for dinner. But it is, what you want to do is go like this a little bit, kind of poke it in there. Yeah, and you're good to go. Ta-da! You can feed 4 people with that, you know. It's a pretty big meal. That is perfect. And that's just going to set perfectly on the stove. I'm just going to leave it in the back burner here. Meanwhile, I'm going to rinse off my stainless steel. And I only cook with stainless steel, so yeah, I don't want to take any chances with any new products that are out in the market. Okay, I'm going to make a cup of coffee, I think, in my Keurig. You know, Mad Dog is... Yeah, I don't want to mess up the settings on that, so let me go to the light on. Mad Dog is, he's not really, well, he's quit drinking because he uses Keurig now. Isn't that amazing? I told him about how great the Keurig is, and yeah, it's kind of a product that you can't afford to not have, you know? Yeah, I mean, I got that for $7.50. $750? No, $7.50 I got it at the thrift store. I have another one a guy gave me that I use as a backup. So, but yeah, I really like the products. And I get these things for, I get 12 of these things. I got 12 of these things for $1.99. So I'm like, okay. I'll take the extra caffeine. Yeah. I'll take the extra caffeine, thank you. Sure. Put some more filtered water in there. Now the new ones have filters in them, so you don't have to worry about filtering the water when you get the new ones, but you have to replace the filters. Yeah, I'm going to get a little bit more milk in there. Hang on. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and get the second cup in there. I usually get two of the middle mark the middle setting, I get 2 of those. I think they're like 8 ounces or something, 10 ounces. I get 2 of those in 1 Keurig cup. So normally I get organic coffee, but at this point I'm just, you know, I'm liking the coffee. So thank you very much for hanging out with me and doing the pepper pea deal. Yeah, that's good. All right, we're going to sign off with David's Kitchen. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with the cactus. Appreciate it. I'm going to get my coffee now, and I'm going to go into the other room after I upload my YouTube show, and we are good to go. We should be online in about 5 minutes. All right? Yeah, we've got something happening over here. Okay. Take care. Happy to serve.